talk about a tricky subject, depression. And here's what's really tricky about it. A lot of times, people in general are afraid to talk about it. I am not depressed right at the moment. It's probably the only way I'm able to talk about it. I have many times felt really down, and you feel a little bit alone. You don't want to tell anybody that you're depressed because there's a big stigma around this topic, especially for me. I spend a lot of my life trying to show how fun and exciting my life is. And that's what everybody else sees. That's not what I necessarily feel all the time. It's important, I think, for everybody out there to know that if you're experiencing similar things, you're not alone. People like me go through it as well. I also want to talk about some of the particular things I deal with. Some of the things that are unique to this industry that I think are not helpful. That's being a YouTuber, a filmmaker, how it relates to me as a guy. Think of the number of actors, famous people, Robin Williams, Prince, that have said that they deal with depression. I mean, they are doing amazing things. You would think, right? How could they be depressed? But the problem is, it's not a deficit to their character. It has nothing to do with how fancy and showy their lives are. It's something that they deal with. It's a lot like my rotator cuff injury that I have right at the moment that I can't seem to get better. I'll probably have to go to the doctor to figure out what I need to do to change my lifestyle, to stretch, to get past this particular injury. It's similar, and also it's really important to understand that depression is real. It's not some figment of your imagination. It's something that you probably need a little bit of help to get past, but it's something that it's worth talking about. In this video, I don't necessarily talk about how I got past things. I'll save that for now, but I just want to share a little bit. For me, my symptoms were that I had a really hard time sleeping. I was always tired, I had a hard time concentrating, I was sad a lot of the time. I had huge feelings of just feeling worthless. And I always had these feelings of anxiety. It really sucks. And most of the people I would talk to had no idea. And that's because, you know, I got really good at not sharing that with them then. I didn't want other people to get depressed. It's kind of a sucky thing to have to bring up. And I think for me, a lot of it is wrapped up in a couple of things. My time, and do I have a job at the moment or not? All right, so here's how it relates to me as a filmmaker, and maybe you can relate. We all want to be professionals in this world, but it's super difficult to become a professional if you're not giving the opportunity to do this as a consistent job. I mean, literally there is no stability in this job. You're going job to job, and when the jobs get thin, you feel pretty worthless. So what happens is your self-esteem just takes a complete nosedive. So that's a problem. And that's also why I'm trying to give back to the community, because I want to help the rest of you out there, because I know how difficult it is. It is hard. As a guy and as a dad, it's also kind of tricky, because here's what I deal with. First of all, you have a lot less time, and you're competing with people who are apparently spending a lot more time doing it.
16 hours out of my 24-hour day I'm dedicated to uploading this daily video.
I mean, if you have a partner or you have kids, I literally have no idea how you spend 16 hours a day doing it. And I don't think it's fair to my family to do that. Jonas and I deal with similar things here. I know Jonas probably spends even more time than I do taking care of his family. But how can you not feel like you're being left behind when you're competing with other dudes out there who are spending more time? It's difficult because you want to support your family, you want to be providing for them, and if you're not, you're feeling a little worthless, and that kind of all relates back to the depression. Part of the reason I'm bringing all of this up in the video is that I think a lot of you out there can relate. Apparently 1 in 4 people in my generation are dealing with depression or have dealt with it. That's a huge number. I'm bringing this topic up because I think it's a really important topic to talk about. Definitely, if you experience any of this yourself, leave your comments down below, because I think the best thing that we can do as a community is help each other out, let them know that they're not alone. And also in this video, I'm not really going to talk about how you can get past it, how you can move on from it. You know, I just want to digest some of the comments that you guys leave. In the meantime, I have an amazing playlist of the best YouTube videos that I've found on the topic in the description below and at the end of the video. All right, we'll see you next Tuesday.